Pittsburgh Steelers are on the board tendering running back Jaylen Warren to keep him around for the 2025 season. Now, this is a little bit of a change from what was anticipated all offseason long. You looked at Jaylen Warren as an easy answer to the Pittsburgh Steelers running back room, a running back one for the 2025 season. The team was expected to move on from Najee Harris. It now looks like they are definitely going to do so, but the move is different from what we expected it to be. The Pittsburgh Steelers have second round tendered Jaylen Warren, which means that he will get over $5 million in 2025. The original tender, the right to refusal tender, was 3 point some million. The Pittsburgh Steelers give him over a $2 million pay bump. And you got to look at it two ways. First, they are definitely moving on from Najee Harris. They're not going to pay Jaylen Warren $5 million and Najee Harris 10 plus million bucks to return to the Pittsburgh Steelers. They have too many options in the NFL draft, and they will likely utilize those options, but it's unlikely that they're going to bring back two veterans when they have a guy that they clearly just invested in to say, you are our number one running back, and we are going to treat you and pay you as such. Number two is that the Pittsburgh Steelers view Jaylen Warren as their guy. There were questions about if the Pittsburgh Steelers would bring back Jaylen Warren as their number two, if they looked at Jaylen Warren as a guy who could be here to support a rookie who they draft in the first or the second round. Well, Jaylen Warren is their dude, and they made that very, very clear with this tender. Jaylen's going to come back. He's going to be worth $5 million, and the Pittsburgh Steelers are going to make him a 26-year-old who is their starting running back. They will then go into the NFL draft. They will probably add an early round running back to work next to him, and the two will blossom into a 1-2 punch that the Pittsburgh Steelers envisioned all offseason long. Now, you could look at Najee Harris as an option if he does not get a market outside of Pittsburgh early in free agency. If he comes back cheap, that should not surprise anybody, but it's hard to imagine that teams aren't going to throw money at Najee Harris and say, you have 4 1,000-yard seasons, you can be an option here for the, let's say, Dallas Cowboys. But when it comes to Jaylen Warren and the Pittsburgh Steelers, he is their running back one. They have made that clear that he is their running back one. They have paid him as such, and it's hard to imagine somebody's going to put a second-round pick up for Jaylen Warren. And at the same time, they have, well, said this is how we're going to approach our backfield in 2025, and it's going to be fun. It's going to feature Jaylen Warren and somebody new, and it will probably have plenty of explosion to it, as Jaylen Warren is already somebody who can break anything for 60-plus yards at any given moment, and the Steelers are probably looking to add somebody with the same skill set in the NFL draft. Jaylen Warren is the first move for the Pittsburgh Steelers, a big one here as we begin free agency. There are a lot of moves coming, much more news on the horizon, but the Steelers get things started with one move at running back.